In the annals of history, few figures capture the imagination as vividly as the legendary Norse hero Ragnar Lothbrok. Intriguing and enigmatic, Ragnar Lothbrok stands out as a semi-legendary figure who has intrigued historians and storytellers alike for centuries. His life, shrouded in mystery, straddles the line between fact and folklore, making him a subject of perpetual curiosity. Ragnar Lothbrok, the legendary Viking chieftain, is a character who appears in a multitude of historical texts, each one offering a different perspective on his life and feats. The Icelandic sagas, centuries-old narratives of historical events and figures, paint a vivid picture of Ragnar as a fearless warrior and a cunning strategist. His exploits, as detailed in these sagas, range from daring raids on foreign lands to encounters with mythical creatures, each tale more thrilling than the last. Old Norse poetry, another source of information on Ragnar, often portrays him as a hero of epic proportions. These poems, composed by skalds or court poets, offer tantalizing glimpses into Ragnar's adventures, victories, and personal life. They weave a tapestry of a man who was as much a lover as he was a fighter, a man who could command the loyalty of his men and the love of his women. Foreign chronicles, written by historians from the lands that fell prey to Viking invasions, provide a different perspective on Ragnar. To them, he was a formidable enemy, a ruthless raider whose name struck fear into the hearts of those who heard it. From the Frankish annals to the Anglo-Saxon chronicle, Ragnar is depicted as a force to be reckoned with, a scourge upon the kingdoms of Europe. Yet, despite the multitude of sources and the richness of stories, the existence of Ragnar Lothbrok as a singular historical figure remains uncertain. Some scholars suggest that he may have been an amalgamation of multiple historical figures, each contributing to the legend that is Ragnar. Whether a singular person or an amalgamation of multiple historical figures, the tales of Ragnar Lothbrok undeniably hold a firm grip on our historical and cultural consciousness. The saga of Ragnar Lothbrok begins, as most legendary tales do, with an auspicious birth and a childhood filled with portents of greatness. Ragnar's early years are shrouded in mystery, partly because of the time in which he lived, and partly due to the mythical nature of the sources that tell his story. Despite these uncertainties, the tales agree on one thing. Even as a child, Ragnar displayed traits that hinted at his future legendary status. Born into nobility, some sources suggest that Ragnar was the son of the Swedish king Sigurd Ring. His upbringing, as befits a royal scion, would have been one of privilege and training in the arts of war and leadership. From a young age, he would have been immersed in the sagas of his ancestors, tales of heroism and cunning that would later shape his own legend. As a young man, Ragnar began to show a fierce courage and a thirst for adventure that set him apart. He was said to be fearless in the face of danger, displaying a bravery that would become his trademark. He was also known for his wit, a trait that would serve him well in his future exploits. One of the most famous tales from his youth involves a monstrous serpent. As the story goes, Ragnar, still a young man, slayed the beast and won the hand of his first wife, Thora. Whether this tale is true or not is uncertain, but it serves to illustrate the larger-than-life nature of the man who would become Ragnar Lothbrok. Ragnar's early years were not all about bravery and adventure, though. He was also a keen learner, showing a curiosity and intelligence that would later make him a successful leader. He was said to be a master of strategy, a skill that would prove instrumental in his rise to power. Despite the ambiguity of his early life, the legend of Ragnar Lothbrok was undeniably born from these formative years. For it was here, in the fiery crucible of youth, that the seeds of his legendary status were sown, ready to bloom in the fullness of time. Ragnar's ascent to the annals of legendary heroes was anything but ordinary. One of the most famous tales of Ragnar's bravery revolves around the dragon serpent Jormungandr, a beast so terrifying it was said to have the power to bring about the end of the world. Ragnar, undeterred by the creature's fearsome reputation, fashioned a pair of breeches from animal hides and boiled them until they were hard as iron. With these, he ventured into the serpent's lair. What followed was a harrowing clash of wills, a dance with death that ended with Jormungandr's demise at Ragnar's hands. Yet, Ragnar's rise to prominence wasn't solely due to his physical bravery. His strategic acumen was equally important. He was a master of the battlefield, his tactics innovative and unorthodox, yet devastatingly effective. He understood the importance of surprise, using it to his advantage to defeat forces much larger than his own. His raids were not mindless acts of violence, but carefully planned operations. For instance, rather than attacking at the height of day, Ragnar preferred the cover of darkness, catching his enemies off guard and seizing victory before they even had a chance to mount a defense. Furthermore, his charisma and leadership abilities were unparalleled. He inspired fierce loyalty among his men, leading them not from the back, but from the front, always the first into battle and the last to leave. Through his actions, Ragnar Lothbrok carved a path to power and prestige, cementing his place in the annals of Viking lore. His life was a testament to the Viking spirit, fierce, indomitable, and relentless. His legacy continues to inspire, reminding us all that even the most ordinary of beginnings can lead to extraordinary endings. Ragnar's life wasn't all battles and voyages. He also had a vibrant family life filled with love, rivalry, and succession. Let's delve into the intriguing dynamics of his family. Ragnar was married to two formidable women, Lagertha and Aslaug. Lagertha, his first wife, was not just a woman of beauty but also of bravery. She was a fierce shield maiden who fought alongside Ragnar in battles, a rare trait in the Viking world that was predominantly male-centric. Their union bore a son, Fridleif, and two daughters, whose names are lost in the annals of history. However, the winds of fate blew Ragnar towards another woman, Aslaug, a woman of mystery and prophetic powers. She was believed to be the daughter of the legendary dragon slayer Sigurd and the shield maiden Brynhildr. Aslaug bore Ragnar 4 sons, each leaving their own indelible mark on history. Among them, Bjorn Ironside is a name that resonates with power and strength. He was a renowned warrior, known for his invincibility in battle. His exploits, especially his successful raid on Italy, earned him a place in the sagas equal to his father's. Another son of Ragnar and Aslaug was Ivar the Boneless. Despite his physical disability, Ivar was a strategic mastermind, his cunning and intelligence making him a formidable adversary. He ruled over what is now Denmark and parts of England, etching his name into Viking lore. Sigurd Snake in the Eye, another of Ragnar's sons, earned his peculiar name from a birthmark in his eye that was said to be shaped like a snake. He became a legendary Danish king, his rule marked by prosperity and peace. Last but not least, there was Ubba. Though less storied than his brothers, Ubba was a respected warrior and ruler, contributing to the family's legacy of leadership. Ragnar's lineage was as impressive as his personal feats, ensuring his legacy through the generations. His sons, each with their unique qualities and accomplishments, carried forth Ragnar's spirit, etching the Lothbrok name into the annals of time. Even the greatest of heroes, like Ragnar Lothbrok, cannot escape the inevitable pull of fate. Time flowed, altering the destiny of Ragnar, the renowned Viking king and explorer. His declining years were marked by significant events that led to his tragic end. As per the saga, Ragnar was captured by Northumbria's king, Aella, in his quest to seize those territories. It's crucial to note that these stories, passed down generations, often mingle fact with fiction. Yet they give us an intriguing peek into the life and death of Ragnar. King Aella, desiring to avenge the chaos caused by Ragnar, chose a punishment that was as brutal as it was uncommon. Ragnar was cast into a pit swarming with venomous snakes, a strategy believed to eradicate Ragnar's existence and demoralize the Viking forces. As per the tale, Ragnar met his fate with the same bravery and defiance that had marked his life. Surrounded by hissing snakes, he is said to have proclaimed, "How the little pigs would grunt if they knew how the old boar suffers." This dramatic death, rich in irony, was a fitting finale for a man of Ragnar's stature. He had led a life of exploration and battles, and his feats had turned into legends. His death, too, was remembered as an epic tale. Yet, despite his mournful end, Ragnar's spirit resonated through history. His sons, instilled with their father's bravery and hunger for adventure, swore to avenge his death. This pledge heralded the next part of this gripping Viking saga. In death as in life, Ragnar Lothbrok remained a figure larger than life, his end befitting a saga of such grand proportions. The echoes of Ragnar Lothbrok's life reverberate through history, his legacy more potent than the man himself. The tale of this legendary Viking hero, with the strength of a bear and the cunning of a fox, has left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape of Scandinavia and beyond. Ragnar Lothbrok's influence is weaved into the very fabric of Viking culture. His deeds and exploits immortalized in the sagas and folklore passed down through generations. These tales, filled with daring raids, epic battles, and grand adventures, became a vital part of the Viking narrative, shaping their identity, their codes of honor, and their sense of purpose. The legend of Ragnar Lothbrok also found its way into the hearts of the people through the skaldic poetry, a form of oral storytelling that was prevalent during the Viking Age. His exploits and adventures were retold in verse, making him a hero of the people, a symbol of courage, and a beacon of hope in times of uncertainty. But Ragnar's legacy extends far beyond the Viking Age. His story has been adapted and retold in countless forms over the centuries, capturing the imagination of audiences worldwide. From the medieval sagas to modern novels, from theatrical plays to operas, and from paintings to the silver screen, Ragnar's tale has transcended time and culture. In the realm of television, the historical drama series Vikings brought Ragnar Lothbrok back to life, introducing a whole new generation to the legendary Viking hero. His portrayal in the series, while not entirely historically accurate, encapsulates the essence of his character: brave, cunning, ambitious, and fiercely loyal to his kin. Whether a man of history or a hero of legend, Ragnar Lothbrok's tale continues to captivate, a testament to the enduring allure of the Viking Age. His story, shrouded in mystery and steeped in myth, remains a source of fascination, serving as a reminder of a time when heroes were larger than life and the world was ripe for the taking.